I'm also a Christian. I'm not going to belittle anybody. You can belittle me all you want to. I'm transparent. Everything about me has come up on the forefront. You can see it on my website. You can see it, you can email me, I'll answer you. I have nothing to hide whatsoever.
Okay.
People advisory boards.
Yeah. That's the other thing is that we would set up a citizen advisory board made up of various citizens from within the county that I would sit down on a regular basis because I want to be held accountable to the people. The people elect me. So I know that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I don't want to walk into that. I never want to walk into that. I'd rather stay humble. I'd rather set up an advisory board. Let them tell me, Matt, listen, you're being stupid here. Don't do that. And I'll adhere to that. So that is something that we will set up.
Okay. Well, Genesee County has been through quite a lot in recent months.
Mm-hmm.
Flint water crisis has been detrimental. It continues to do so.
And I hand out water on a regular basis, not because I'm running for sheriff. I've been handing out water since early January, and I've worked with Flint Lives Matter. I've worked with Red Cross, United Way, the various patriot groups that have brought water in from all over the country and all over the state. That's the whole reason why I decided to run for sheriff, is because as I've been out on the streets being extremely active with it, I've had a lot of things come towards me about the problems that are going on within the jail, within the sheriff's department, and so I determined I'm going to run. I tried to get others to run. They didn't, but I knew that it was time.
What do you want Genesee County residents to know about who you want to be as a sheriff?
I want to be a constitutional sheriff. I want, for example, if a young person, high schooler, wants to wear a Christian or Jewish or whatever faith they belong to, t-shirt to school or an NRA shirt or whatever, if they have a right in a public school to wear whatever they want to wear. The school administrators don't have, there's no law that's been set up that says that they can't do that. So a school administrator doesn't have the authority to say that they'll be suspended for wearing that. They are the ones that ultimately are breaking the law, First Amendment. So Congress can't even make a law concerning the establishment of religion, nor can they deal with anybody that's practicing religion. So freedom of speech falls right in there with the First Amendment. So who is a school administrator to tell this young person that because of their beliefs or their feelings about something that they'll be suspended for it?
Okay. I had a question.
I got time.
Just trying to get that.
Yeah, I got time.
What about something about the advent use of the 18 motorcycles that the sheriff department has, that they don't even use the motorcycles for patrol, they just use them for parade venues? I mean, that's just a thought of mine. You can...
There is a waste of monies, county monies, and with the motorcycles and with the high-speed pursuit cars that are never used. The motorcycles are never used other than parades, and those would either go up on an auction block or return back to the leasing company, and we would bring more officers back in. The other thing is, and I forgot to mention this in one of your first questions, is the chief of police of the city of Flint, Tim Johnson, has asked the sheriff to assist him on the overwhelming 911 calls, and not to do traffic control or crowd control or any of that, strictly to answer 911 calls. 911 calls are when citizens call in emergencies because somebody's sick or because they're fearing that somebody's breaking into their house or somebody is breaking into their house, and then all of a sudden the sheriff says no, he will not assist him in that. Well, to me, the sheriff is of the entire county. He's not just certain areas, and he can't just blackball Flint. So I would assist Chief Johnson.
Okay. What do you want people who are, what do you want your voters to know about you as a person?
Again, I'm a people person. I read the Constitution on a regular basis, daily. I read the Bible on a daily basis. I'm not going to bring my faith into the office other than not judging people or, you know, being understanding of certain situations. Again, the abuses in the jail are going to cease immediately. That'll be investigated. I'm not going to just say, well, we're just going to stop it and let those officers that have been abusing people just go free about it. They've committed crimes, and those crimes have to be investigated as well.
Okay. And to broad stroke what you were saying just a moment ago about ways with police, with resources that are at your disposal, is that something that you want to address?
As far as what?
As far as waste within the resources that they share.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous that all this money is being spent for parades when the county, Flint has still one of the highest crime rates in the United States. 17 years Bob Tickell's been the sheriff. He says he's going to now he's starting to say he's going to stop crime. He's had 17 years. Let's get rid of the expenditures. Let's bring in more deputies. Let's assist the chief in answering 911 calls. You know, as they're driving down through the city of Flint, the deputies do a little bit of patrolling. You don't have to patrol the streets, but as you're driving through, if you see a crime happening, then stop and deal with it. Don't ignore it. The city of Flint is our county seat. I believe that it was once a great city, and I believe it can become a great city again. Flint needs to be a beacon of light, a place of hope for the people of Genesee County, and I believe that it can be that again.
That's good. What do you think? Any other things that you think we should address? I feel like they have the questions that they want.
All right. The only other thing that I could even suggest is the fact that Sheriff Tickell's been making a big stink out of three things. And if Matt wants to address it or you want him to address it. One is the elderly. Two is
the elderly abuses.
Elderly abuses, humane treatment of animals, dogs and such. And then he's really harping on the fact about the Sheriff's Department paramedics, that nobody's saying yet that the millage is going to pass, but he's putting the fear into people that if he doesn't get elected, then the paramedics are, and I've had the paramedics out to my house.
And all three of those things are going to be lost in the mix.
You're right, and that's not the case.
Those. Okay. The sheriff has three issues that he's concerned about: elderly abuse, the paramedics, and animal abuse. Well, I don't care if you're Dan Allen or Matt Kroll or Bob Tickell. Every one of those are important issues that will not be ignored. Obviously, I'm not a young man, nor is Dan Allen. We're not obviously elderly, but we're getting to that. Our parents are there. We have siblings that are elderly. So that's a concern of ours too. And elderly abuse definitely is a concern of mine, and I believe probably Dan Allen's as well. Animal abuse, I got two little rugrats in there. My nephew has one. My brother-in-law who lives here has two. So we've got 5 animals right here. My son is a animal rescuer. So obviously I dreamt as a kid about being a veterinarian. I grew up with rabbits and horses and raised my kids on a farm with cows and chickens and all that. So obviously I like animals too, right? So the abuse, you know, we can't have animal abuse. It's silly. But we can't neglect human abuse either because we're so concerned about animal abuse. So the other thing is the paramedics. Yes, we need paramedics, and we have a great paramedic team. We don't need to get rid of the paramedics. We don't need to get rid of 911. Let's continue. Those are great things within the county. Let's continue those. And I believe Dan, again, will do the same thing. No reason to stop that. So it's ludicrous for one person that's running for sheriff to keep throwing those issues out because they're non-issues.
Okay. And it's okay if we hit repetition with this, but those are 3 points that people are taking away with his campaign. What are the takeaways that you want people to have immediately in their heads when they think of you?
Constitution. Constitution. Ultimately, it's the Constitution. I always go back to the Constitution because it is the supreme law of the land. There are no other laws that supersede it. Ordinances are great as long as they don't overstep the Constitution. I'm a building contractor, so I understand the importance of building a house properly and of wiring it properly and plumbing it properly. Those are all good health reasons. Life, liberty, happiness. We don't trump those. Even with some good ordinances, we don't trump those. Saying that a student can't wear a t-shirt to school over trumps that freedom of that student. They're not taking away from life, liberty, or happiness by wearing a t-shirt. So that's not a law that's standing. It's not even a law, let alone a law that would be standing. Certain judges can't make law. Only Congress can make law. City mayors can't make law. City police can't make law. They can only follow the law. And they've all sworn the same oath. And I want to encourage them, and I will encourage them as sheriff. Look at your oath. Study your oath. What is it that you took? You know, it's a sacred thing to me, the oath. So I'm going to help you to understand that it needs to be a sacred thing to you. If somebody in my family gets married, I'm not going to encourage them to divorce. I'm going to encourage them to work out a relationship because you took a vow. You took an oath. Work it out. Make it a lifelong deal. Oath doesn't have an expiration date. It's the same as your vow doesn't have an expiration date.
And stepping up to the plate as a sheriff is quite a vow in and of itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, the sheriff is the only elected law enforcement in all of the United States. We don't elect any local law enforcement. We don't elect state law enforcement. We don't elect federal law enforcement. Only the sheriff is elected. He is the protector of liberty, the defender of liberty, and the protector of the people, defending them against the strong arm of local, state, and federal governments. That's the sheriff's job.
Okay.
So, Mike, can I count on you for your vote?
Got mine.
I think I'm definitely leaning towards it. But I had another question. What was it?
You need a little pencil. You can jot those down as they come to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Because I know you don't want to just keep sitting in front of that camera the rest of your life. You want to keep advancing,
And I
right?
see him being a reporter before long.
Well, I've certainly, as a photographer, you wear a lot of hats. That's one of the ones that you do, and it's a good way to get there if you want.
Yeah.
What about a question about his family? How long he's been married? How many kids he has? I mean, I don't know if that would portray.
It's not in there.
That's
Yeah.
That's
okay.
not
You know,
gonna make
people can
it.
go to my website and see
See that?
too. You know?
Okay, I'll shut up.
You know, I've already
It's a
heard.
good thought. It's a good thought.
I've already heard people say, well, you know, he's running as a Republican. He's obviously a racist. Well, look at my family pictures. You know, my daughter's married to a black guy. My son is engaged to a Hispanic girl. She's half Mexican, half Guatemalan, born in Mexico. My other daughter is married to or engaged to an Asian guy, Pacific Islander, and then one of my best friends is a work partner. He's a El Salvadorian. So I'm far from racist. I was a missionary to Haiti. There's no racism in all lives matter.
All right, I think we got it. Unless there's